Back in July of 2021, one of my friends was having a birthday party and we went into town in Bristol and we went to a place called Steak of the Art. And I remember just being so insecure and quiet in myself and around these people that I've known for a little bit of time. I knew them for time, but I was too afraid to interact because it's been a bit of time because of COVID and stuff since I've seen them. And I was a little bit nervous to interact and talk. And it was one of these things that we literally got in the Uber to the place where we were going after for their party. And I literally didn't speak in the whole Uber ride. I didn't speak at all to people who I knew. I didn't even speak. I was socially so anxious. And then we went to this party and I was a little bit more anxious and I was loose after a few drinks, but it took a few drinks for me to be loose and I was so socially awkward. And I struggled with this a lot in my life. And I feel like now I've got to a grips with it where I'm okay and I'm not too awkward in situations. Sometimes I want to be quiet, but other times I'm not. And I want to just say that this is something you can actually build off of and get into a better position with, because it's one of these things that you feel trapped in yourself when you're socially awkward. You feel lost in yourself when you're socially awkward because you can't interact with people. You can't interact with people who are literally the same as you, literally breathe the same air, yet you're bigging it up into something that's terrifying and scary. And I used to be there. I was literally at college and I didn't speak to anyone because I was so nervous and so anxious to speak to anyone, which made me so awkward. And I don't want you lot in this position where you constantly hold yourself in this. And I want to just give you lot a few tips on how to get out of that and how I've actually got out of that. And the first tip is going to be building your physique and building your body. And this is cliche. A lot of people will say, oh, that's just external, that's just external. But the physical and mental transformation you go through when you do this is exceptional. Let's say you start in the gym and you build a bit of muscle, you hit a PR. Let's say you started off at 80 kg on leg press. Let's say something like that, something that's fairly light, and then you go up to 120. You're going to believe in yourself a bit more. Let's say proper lifts like bench press. Let's say you started off at 20 kg and now you can do 100. Imagine the confidence your mind's going to get to and how you're going to view yourself. And I want you lot to get in the gym, build your physique. If not, if you can't afford gym membership, go home and work out at home. Watch your calories, watch how you eat, because that's going to have an exceptional effect on your confidence overall. And this is what I found. Over time, you start believing in yourself because you're literally transforming your body. Imagine you transforming your body from someone who's insecure in your body to building your body into something that you're happy and grateful for. Imagine that. Imagine what that would do for your confidence in all areas, not just your physical appearance. Imagine you start getting a bit of attraction from people because of your physique and you're more confident and people want to speak to you about it. Imagine that. Imagine what that would do for your confidence. Imagine that. And that's what I've had. I focused on building my physique and it was able to give me a deeper sense of confidence. And I was still socially awkward all the way up to 2022 I meant. I was still socially awkward up until 2022 and it wasn't a good place for me as a person because that just crushed me in an overall sense. That crushed me and that made me feel terrible. And building my physique allowed me to build confidence in myself and build me as a person. That's why I want you lot to improve your physique and your body, because it allows you to build confidence and build yourself. Another thing that I would say is very important is focusing on meditation, and especially gratitude meditation, and just being present in the moment. Because if you're present in the moment with people around you, you'll be able to interact better with them, if that makes sense. Because if you are not present, you're just going to be on other stuff in your mind. You may be on that girl that done this to you, this thing going wrong, you're not where you want to be, this thing's not right, this thing's not right, oh, I don't like this thing, I don't like this. And you're not going to be present in that moment, therefore you're not going to give yourself to these people, if that makes sense. And that's going to crush you in an overall sense. That's what I found. If you are able to be present in these moments, that's where the true benefit comes. If you're not present, and if you're not confident, if you're not grateful, if you're not happy in this moment, it's going to rub off on people around you. And it's going to come off in people around you, and it's not going to allow you to feel good in yourself as a person. And there's another thing that I do a lot of times for me to be confident, because I've walked in different situations in my life where there's a lot of things that are uncertain. So let's say you're going to a party with people you don't know that well and you've got to walk into that place. Let's say you're going to meet them at a certain place and you don't know a lot of the people there. How are you going to act? And this is what I do in these situations. And let's say you're going on a date or something like that. How are you going to act with that? And this is what I do, is I visualize these certain things going right. Me acting in a certain way and being confident and being like this and acting like this and understanding how to act during this. And I visualize it going well. And when I say a lot of stuff that I visualize going well goes well, It does, because it's what you're bringing out in yourself and giving to that people and giving to that person. It's like when I've been on dates before, I've visualized it going well, even though I was nervous as fuck. I was nervous. I was like, oh no, it's not going to go well. And then they always go very well. They always go very well. Apart from one time, but that was my fault as well, to be fair. But apart from one time, other than that, they've all went well because of how I visualized myself. And that day I didn't put any effort into myself, really. I was just kind of stressed and went out. But then the other times it went well because I visualized stuff. I visualized something with someone I knew a little bit, and then we went out on a date and I had an exceptional time with it. Exceptional time. I was actually visualizing it weeks before it even happened, and then it happened because of certain things, because I timed it and it wasn't the right time, and then there was a time where I was able to just like slide it in and it worked. And that's something that you need to do. You need to visualize these stuff before, because if you're able to become more comfortable with that surrounding, let's say you visualize that surrounding, this thing going on, music, people, all this, interacting with this person, you are getting a bit more familiar with that. And of course it sounds a bit wishy-washy, but you're getting more familiar with that situation and that place. Therefore you're going to be more confident in that because you've experienced it in your mind already. Of course it might be slightly different, but you've experienced it in your mind. And that's one of the things that I use a lot of time. If I'm feeling very nervous about stuff, I visualize myself going in and being good in that situation, that scenario. It's like I've had loads of stuff where I've had to go in places where I don't really know people, or there's people that you're friends of and they've got all loads of other friends there, and you got to visualize yourself being good in that scenario, in that situation, because then it rubs off and then it goes well. Then it goes well. It's like, for example, there was a thing I went to in July 2022, one of my mates, and he had a birthday. It was the same person who had the birthday before that, and I had to meet him in town after work, and there was loads of them. There was like 15 people, and I only knew like 3 or 4, and I visualized that going well and confidence through the roof. Visualizing my self-confidence. I got a girl's thingy Snapchat in a day as well, who I really liked at that time as well, so I was already quite confident. I had a good day and I visualized that going well, and it all went well. It all went really well, and we had an amazing night. So it's one of these things, when you visualize this stuff, it does have an effect on yourself. And let's say I visualize myself in these videos doing well and performing well, because technically it's a performance in a way, isn't it? And if I visualize that, I'm going to be better on this instead of me visualizing it going wrong, if that makes sense. And I just want you lot to visualize things going all right in these things, because a lot of times it's your mind that's playing tricks on you anyway, you know? It's your mind's that playing tricks. And that's what I found, it's your mind that plays tricks on you all the time. And I've had that time and time again where you visualize things going wrong, or you got the anxiousness from it because you're putting thoughts in your mind that it's not going to go well. But if you visualize it going well, and if you can't visualize it right now, take some time, deep breaths in, even search up online a guided meditation, a guided visualization meditation, and then that's going to help you, you know? And that's what I want for you lot. So the 3 things that I've done overall, these is what I say is the big 3 biggest things. Is building your physique, building your body, because you start believing in yourself and you start believing in you as a person because of all the different results you get in your confidence, in you being able to lift something more. Build your physique, build your body, looking better. That's going to have an exceptional effect on you. Meditation, focusing on gratitude, focusing on this moment, focusing on everything right now. That's going to have an amazing effect on you. And visualize it going well. Visualize whatever scenario, whatever situation you're going in, going well, because that's going to have an effect on you as a person and your confidence in that situation. That's the overall message in this video. Hope you lot got a lot of value. Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks.